Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Flawless Queen, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite boy bands. Okay. I decided to do this video because I just thought that it would be fun to talk about, and then maybe you guys can relate to me with it. And I love music, so yeah. So the first person I'm gonna talk, first boy band that I'm gonna talk about is the Wiggles. So now let me explain. So I'm gonna talk about the Wiggles because when I was a kid, I think I was like, how old was I when I started watching the Wiggles? I think I was like 3. And like I was really into the Wiggles and stuff and the music. I remember they had this one song called, like, what was it? Oh yeah, Fruit Salad, Yummy Yummy. Like, I used to love that song. The Wiggles. Yeah. And then also my mom, she really liked the Wiggles too, and like we'll be jamming out to them and stuff. So that was the first time that was my first boy band that I got into. Can you even call them a boy band? They were all old. I just realized that they were all old. They look like they were in their 50s. Yo, I gotta add this in. So when I was looking up the Wiggles, look at what I found. A girl is in a band? When did this happen? Look at them. Oh my goodness. What is this? Look at her bow. She have a bow? Oh, that's the same guy that was in the original.
Who is that? Look at his hair. It looks like a bunch of spiders having a meeting.
And then who is this? They put another old dude in the band?
Why do they keep putting old people in the band? They can't be working senior citizens like this.
Anyways, moving on. Okay, next I'm gonna talk about the Jonas Brothers. I was really into like Disney Channel as a kid, and they were always like advertising them, like, oh, the Jonas Brothers, such and such. I remember they had like their concert and stuff. Like, this was Disney Channel like at its prime. Okay, this was like, you had Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Sunny with the Chance, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, That's So Raven. That was that era. Wait, oh yeah, High School Musical was really big. So like that was like the prime of like Disney Channel when they started doing like Jonas Brothers. I think I was like around 7 or 8 when I was into them. My favorite was Nick Jonas. I'm basic. That was my favorite, Nick Jonas. I didn't know. I remember as a kid, Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus had beef when they were kids because supposedly, well, Miley Cyrus, she was dating Nick Jonas, and then Selena Gomez went and stole her man. She stole Nick from her, and they had beef. Like I remember they had like this Olympics type of, comment down below if you know what I'm talking about, but they had like this type of Olympics where they had all like the Disney Channel like stars and stuff to participate, and Miley Cyrus was not part of it because Selena Gomez and Nick Jonas was there. But yeah, that was some tea. But my favorite song from the Jonas Brothers would have to be Burning Up. I like that song, Burning Up. And it's cool that they came back and they came out with like new music and stuff. Like, I like them. They're cool. I remember they had a TV show on Disney Channel. I would watch that Disney Channel. I should look back. I decided to like rewatch their TV show, and oh my gosh, I did not realize that they only had 2 seasons. 2 seasons of Jonas. I was like, Because I could have sworn they had more seasons than that, but I guess, like, because honestly, I remember, I think Disney Channel did it first. I think Disney Channel had the Jonas Brothers TV show first, and then Nickelodeon had Big Time Rush, which I am going to talk about. I think Disney Channel had the Jonas Brothers first, and then Nickelodeon followed after with Big Time Rush. Anyways, moving on. Okay, on to Big Time Rush. So, I love Big Time Rush. Actually, I think I like Big Time Rush more than the Jonas Brothers, to be honest. Big Time Rush was a very entertaining TV show. I did react to Big Time Rush in a previous video that I made. And the quality is horrible. I was having issues with uploading that video for 2-3 weeks, and that's why it's horrible quality. And plus it was also like trying to copyright me, so I had to like dispute it and stuff. So I don't even know if I could be talking about this. Like, YouTube I don't know. But it's not copyrighted anymore. There's no claim on it, and it's fine. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to take down the video or anything yet until they said that the video was fine. But I feel like I probably should have just took it down and put up a different video now. But before, I'm still trying to figure out what to do on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. To be honest, I probably need to find a friend that does YouTube too, because I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube stuff. But anyways, so yeah, Big Time Rush was my TV show as a kid. I think I was 11, 12. No, I was probably 12. And my cousin, he would come and stay over because we used to go to the same school, and he'll stay over, and then in the morning when we're getting ready for school, like, Big Time Rush is like playing on the TV, you know, and we would be watching it until it was time for us to go to school. So that's the connection that I have. Like, usually when you watch like shows that you used to as a kid, you start thinking about them thoughts about where you was, what you were doing, and all that the first time you saw it, and it gives you like mad nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? That's why I love music. That's how music is to people, you know. With that, my favorite dude on Big Time Rush was James. He was my guy, okay? Kendall, he was alright, but James, he was my guy. Okay, so my favorite Big Time Rush song would have to be Stuck. I really like that song, Stuck. It's just chill, laid back, and like, I don't know, I really like the acoustic. I really like the acoustic of it. I think it's just a chill song. I really like it. And then Boyfriend was also one of my favorites too. I still be listening to Big Time Rush. Like, when I'm riding in the car, like, I be playing Big Time Rush and all that. Like, they had some bops, okay? They had bops. And I'm glad that they're back too. Like, they back on tour. They're better than ever. Like, I really wish those guys the best, because they were so cool. I like them.
Hey guys, before I move on from Big Time Rush, I just want to add that, like, haven't you guys noticed that in the series, the boys, they have the same personalities as the Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, Kendall has the same personality as Leonardo. James has the same personality as Raphael. Logan has the same personality as Donatello. And Carlos has the same personality as Michelangelo. I just thought that was pretty interesting. You know, I just wanted to share it with you guys. Comment down below what you guys think.
Okay, next I'm gonna talk about B2K. So this was the era when I was trying to get into like older boy bands and stuff. B2K was one of them. I just really like Bum Bum Bum. Okay. I think I was really getting into like older boy bands. I want to say 8th grade, in middle school, 8th grade. B2K was cool because before I didn't even know that Omarion was in a boy band. I didn't know he was in a boy band at all until I had saw it. I was like, oh, Omarion's a kid. So I just clicked on it. I was like, hey, okay, it's a good song, you know? Like, oh, okay, I can vibe to this. But yeah, I don't really have that much to say about B2K because I wasn't really into them like that. Next, Backstreet Boys. Okay, so Backstreet Boys was during that time when I was in middle school. They were the second boy band that I liked. They weren't number one, and I'm gonna tell you who my number one boy band that I loved back when I was in middle school. Give me a second. So Backstreet Boys, they were cool. Like, I really like that song, I Want It That Way. I like that song, I Want It That Way. Everyone likes that song now. Like, before, how come y'all didn't have that same energy when I was into them back in middle school? Everyone was like looking at me crazy, like, oh my gosh, like, you like old boy bands. And I was like, yeah, they're cool. And they were just like, because everyone was into One Direction and all them. And I was into older boy bands. So they were looking at me like I was the alien. And I was like, I just like good music, okay? Not like you people. Anyways, I've seen a few of their music videos that they have done. What was the name of that one song? Was it Larger Than Life? Maybe it was Larger Than Life. I like that song too. But there was another one. Oh, Everybody. I think it's called Everybody. Yeah, it's called Everybody. I like that song. Next, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go with One Direction now. But I'll come back to that other old school boy band that I was into. I'll come back to them because I was obsessed with them. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about One Direction. So I had just recently gotten into One Direction. I want to say like 2020. Was it 2020? 2021. I'm gonna go with 2021. What year did because I was starting getting into listening to Harry Styles, and Harry Styles came out with Fine Line, and I was like, this has to be one of the best albums I have ever heard. Like, I loved the entire album except for one song, and I love that album that he did. Like, I got into Harry Styles. I would like watch his interviews and all that stuff. I was like, this is a cool dude. And then I started going more deep and started watching him when he was in One Direction. And honestly, I think they went through some crap with Simon Cowell, to be honest. I think they went through some crap with him. And then Zayn too. Like, I don't know what was going on with that, but yeah. Anyways, my favorite One Direction song right now, I really like Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I can't stop listening to that song. I love Stockholm Syndrome. I love that song. It's one of their underrated songs, but yeah, like I play that song every day. Like, I love that song. And I had just heard it too when I went to that One Direction event club thing. And I had heard it that night, and I was like, ooh, this is a pretty good song. I was like, okay. And then I like One Thing. That was one of their earlier hits. So yeah, moving on. Oh wait, actually, another thing to add about One Direction, I kind of had beef with One Direction. I really did. I had beef with them when Big Time Rush had like their last season. I didn't know it was their last season, but when they had their last season, there was this one episode where it was talking about the British invasion, and I knew exactly who they were talking about. They were talking about One Direction, and that they were like, and in the episode, they were over here trying to look for managers and stuff to help them out in their career because they were kind of dropping. And same thing goes for real life. Like, they were dropping because of these British boy bands that was coming out. I remember it was One Direction, and then it was The Wanted. I think there was another British boy band out there, but I couldn't remember. I can't remember who they were, but I remember it was One Direction and The Wanted. And yo, like I honestly, The Wanted, they didn't really last that long. All I can remember was them having one song, okay? The Glad You Came song, okay? Like, that was the only song I can remember by The Wanted. I can't remember any other song that they have done. One Direction was more long lasting. Come to find out, I think they were under the same I don't want to say management. I think they were under the same record company. I could be wrong, but they promoted One Direction more than Big Time Rush. And I think One Direction even opened up for Big Time Rush. And the girls, they were cheering like loud for them, like yeah, for One Direction. And then when Big Time Rush came out, the people that they paid money to go see, they're like, oh. like, oh, okay. Okay, you believe that? Like, they're like, yeah, for One Direction. They were just opening. And then once Big Time Rush came out, they're like, oh. Like, can you believe that? Oh my gosh. Like, if I was One Direction, one of the members from One Direction, I would be so mad. I would be so mad. I remember on the TV show they said, "Dang, you guys are has-beens before you're even 20." I was like, oh, that's awful. Because they were supposed to be playing like teenagers. They were supposed to be like 17. Well, in season 4, they were supposed to be like 17 years old. And they just kept telling them, look at you guys. You guys are has-beens before you're even 20. And I was like, that's so messed up. But yeah, I had beef with One Direction because of that. And then later on they said, oh, like this is the last episode of Big Time Rush. I was like, stupid One Direction, this is all their fault. And then like when I was a kid, like the girls would ask me like, oh my gosh, do you like One Direction? I would be like, no. Like they well, how would I say it? Like they destroyed Big Time Rush. I was like, no, I don't like One Direction. They destroyed Big Time Rush. That was my favorite boy band. And like, I was bitter. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you guys my Harry Styles vinyls. Well, like he was in a boy band, so I guess it counts. So I only have 2 of his albums. I don't have his original album. I think it was called, well, it was self-titled Harry Styles. So here it is. I have, of course, Fine Line here, my favorite album. Open it. I just love like his art, you know, like this is art to me. It's not just him just taking photos. Like this is actual art. You gotta think about how much like thought he probably have put into like doing these photos and stuff. And then check out his vinyl. Like I even had to show my parents. I was like, Mom, look at this. Like, are you serious? Like, this is so cool. I love this. I was shook when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a masterpiece. And I was telling my mom, I was like, because my mom, she lived through like the 1980s and stuff. I was like, how come they didn't have albums like that when you guys was living in the 80s and 70s and stuff. No one ever thought of doing that to their vinyl, like just basic, just black. Like, then I have like his posters. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I think it's a heart. I don't know. And then this is him. But yeah, I didn't put them up because of obvious reasons. But then the other vinyl I'm gonna show you guys. I just got this. My friend, she gave this to me for my birthday. Is Harry's House. This is a good album too, but I like Fine Line better. To be honest, I like Fine Line better. Fine Line is just, you know, this one's okay for me. I like Sushi Restaurant. I like that song. And the inside, but mine is just like the I got his little booklet in here. There's a few. But I just have the standard vinyl. Like my friend, she told me that she got where the vinyl, I think it was yellow for her. She got a yellow vinyl for hers. But yeah, I just got the standard one. But it's cool. It's cool. Maybe I should do that for my next video. My vinyl collection. Cause I'm proud of my vinyls. I love my vinyl collection. It's everything to me. And I need to collect some more. Okay, the next boy band that I'm gonna talk about is New Edition. Okay. So, New Edition, I remember I got into New Edition like sometime in high school. And I was really into, I was getting into solo artists first, and then if they were in a boy band, then get into their boy band. I was really into Bobby Brown. I liked listening to My Prerogative, and then what other song was it? It was My Prerogative that I liked, and it was Every Little Step that I liked. And then I decided to listen to more New Edition stuff, and yo, oh my gosh, they, even during that time that I was getting into them, they came out with their biopic on BET, and I was like, let's go. And like then it was crazy what they went through. Like, I'm telling you, them contracts, like, the music industry is a business. It's a business. You really gotta learn the game, you know. Get a lawyer, stay lawyered up, okay? Because they will cheat you out your money. Like, it's crazy what they went through and stuff. And they're just kids. But my favorite New Edition song, Can You Stand the Rain? I love that song, Can You Stand the Rain? I would be singing in the car to that song, thinking I could sing. But yeah, like, I love that song, Can You Stand the Rain? And then now I'm gonna talk about another boy band. You know what? I'll talk about BTS, then I'm gonna start going into my most favorite one. So I'm gonna talk about BTS. It was kind of brief when I was into them. They came out with some cool songs. It was like rap inspired, so that's why I kind of liked it. Rap and like R&B. They're cool. They dance really good. Like my favorite song by them is called On. And their video is like so epic. Them doing them dances and stuff. I'm like, okay. Going like, I was like, ooh, okay. BTS. But yeah, they were cool. I like them. Okay, now I'm gonna get into my favorite boy band. So the one that I was like trying to get y'all hype for was NSYNC. So at the time that I was into, well, I wasn't really that into Backstreet Boys, but during that time when I was like in middle school, in 8th grade, I was obsessed with NSYNC. Okay, I remember when I first got introduced to NSYNC, it was my cousins, my older cousins, they're millennials, and they're like, oh my gosh, did you know that Justin Timberlake was in a boy band? I was like, he was? And then the video that they showed me, they're like, yeah, they showed me Bye Bye Bye. And I saw it. I think I was like, how old was I? Probably 10. I think I was 10 when they had first showed me, but I didn't really get into them until I was in 8th grade, until I was like 14 or 13. But yeah, I didn't know that he was in a boy band until they had told me when I was 10. Then they told me that he was on Disney Channel. Then I was like, what? Like, they were blowing my mind. Like, they were blowing my mind with Justin Timberlake. Like, what? Like, he was in a boy band and he was on Mickey Mouse. Like, he was on Disney Channel too. Like, what? Like, whoa. And he was on this show. If you guys don't know, he was on this TV show called the Mickey Mouse Club alongside another member of NSYNC, JC Chasez, and Britney Spears. That's how they met. And Christina Aguilera, and also Ryan Gosling. Yeah, and then after I was like getting into NSYNC and stuff, like I remember I had like their posters on my wall. I would like print them. I would print them out and then put the posters up. Because they weren't selling NSYNC posters. Like, they were like, this is an old boy band, like, what are you doing? And like, I'll have like little pictures of them in my folder. Comment down below if you've done that as a kid, like put like little pictures and stuff of the artists or entertainer that you were in, and like put them in your like folder and stuff, because I used to do that with them. And I have all their albums. I still do. Do I? Oh man, they're boxed up. I can't show you guys. They're boxed up. Yeah, I was an NSYNC fanatic. And then all the girls at my school, they'll be like, who are they? And I'm like, this is NSYNC. They only recognize Justin because, you know, he's one of the biggest stars of our time. But like, I was like trying to introduce them to them and like showing them some of their music and stuff. But it was always, oh, One Direction, One Direction. That's all they talked about was One Direction, One Direction. So yeah, I was not like the other girls. Like, they were into One Direction, I was into NSYNC. I was not like the other girls. Pick me. I'm a pick me girl. But anyways, so yeah, and my favorite member of NSYNC was JC Chasez. Like, he did not sing, he sang, okay? He carried all those songs, all those like upbeat songs, even a lot of the slower songs too. Like, he was carrying all them songs, okay? Not Justin, he was. Justin, I'm not gonna knock Justin. He has a really good voice. He sings well. But JC can sing.
They changed it.
Of the night I held you. Well, it's more than a feeling. More than a feeling. When I hear that old song they used to play, and I begin to read it. More than a feeling. I see Mary and walk away.
Like, he has a big voice, and like he was amazing. And the fact that the record company kind of held him back from succeeding in his solo career was pretty effed up. Honestly, like, they promoted Justin more because he did something that his music was something that people was familiar with. JC wanted to do something different, and it wasn't like he couldn't put out music that was like Justin's. Like, he did have one song called Blowing Me Up with Your Love. I think it was it just called Blowing Me Up? It was something, but it was the soundtrack for Drumline that he did, and it was kind of like in the lines of what Justin was putting out. But, you know, the majority of his music was different. It wasn't like, you know, the hip-hop thing that Justin was doing. So I think that's why they didn't really promote JC as much. They always felt, back then they felt like, oh, there can only be one breakout star when it comes to bands or boy bands and stuff like that. And honestly, in the later years, like with One Direction, they proved them wrong. Like, cause all of them from One Direction have their own solo career and succeeding. So they did JC dirty, in my opinion. They really did. They did him dirty, and I feel bad for JC. And JC, if you're like, he's probably not gonna be watching this, but honestly, I love JC. I hope he comes out. I doubt that he'll come out with another album, but I really hope he does. And you know, that was dirty how they did him back in the day. Like, he was an amazing singer. He was an amazing singer and dancer. Like, man, the world was missing out. They were missing out. But back to NSYNC. So I really like NSYNC. Like, my favorite was JC. Justin, he was like the cool one. Like, he was just, you know, cool, chill. Joey, he was he was like the drama king. Like, not in a bad way, but like he was very when he would dance, he'll dance with his face. I remember they were talking about it in the interview. Like, and I was like, he danced with his face.
Piper, and I'm in the middle,
and he's hammy. And
how do you dance hammy?
Because you dance with your face, dude. You do it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Joey's like this with the crowd. Yeah. No, but as far as like dancing, like if you're at a
Joey gets
freestyle.
Joey's dancing.
Exactly.
Faces. No, that's the club face.
That's the club face.
When he's on stage, it's like this.
Why did you have to go here? Now everybody gonna be picking on
in the
Joey
club, he's like this.
Time and
I know all about Joey. He sucks at this. He's bad at that. He's the worst cook. He can't dance for crap.
He doesn't tell good jokes.
And they don't tell good jokes.
We call Joey Dancer Face.
And then Chris, he was more of a, he was the comedian in the band. Like, he was funny.
you should really get out of the way. Did I see your license? Excuse me, sir. Would you please pull over? All right, sir. Would you please pull over? Your hairstyle is out of date.
Screw it. Let's just take it straight on the set. All right. Watch this. I'm about to jump the cameraman right now and kick his butt. What? Look at me like that again.
Start the fight.
Oh, that's it. Come here.
To really ridiculous prices on eBay, and then somebody said,
And then Lance, he was chill. He was just chill, like, oh. Because I remember I was watching this one video. JC was laughing his head off. And then Lance was just like, like, I don't know what he's talking. I don't know what he's laughing about. He was just like. But honestly, like, Lance, he's a tourist. I'm a tourist too. I'm like, that's it. Like, what's so funny, you know? But anyways, I was really into NSYNC, and like my parents and like my cousins will be like, oh my gosh, like you're such an old soul, like you're into all these like old boy bands and stuff like that. Yeah. Honestly, if I were to take a quiz or something based on the type of music that I will listen to, they'll probably think that I'm old. Like, they'll probably think I'm 40. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next boy band. Oh wait, also, my favorite song by NSYNC, I'll Never Stop. I like the song I'll Never Stop. It was on their greatest hits album. I'll Never Stop is a good one. I love It's Gonna Be Me. I like the video for It's Gonna Be Me, where they're toy shop and they're like dressed like they're NSYNC dolls and stuff, and like I love that. I love it. And like they were saying that that makeup, that prosthetics and stuff was so uncomfortable, and they couldn't even scratch their face.
type footage where we're actually inside the toy store, because that's the whole setup of the video where it's gonna be made. It's a lot of fun. We were in makeup for like 4 hours, and it's worth it though. I mean, it's gonna come out good on camera. So this video, we kind of interrupted our rehearsals for the tour. So you know, everything's always happening at once. But you know, it's time for the second single to come out, and so we're doing a video for it.
Yeah, I like that song and music video, and I like Bye Bye Bye. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the Jackson 5. Well, Jackson 5, same thing. I'm really into Michael Jackson. You know, I don't know if you can see in the corner, I have this poster. I'm really into Michael Jackson. So I decided to get into the Jackson 5 and the Jacksons and stuff. And you know, they're cool. Like my favorite Jackson's song is Heartbreak Hotel. Like hands down. Like if you were to ask me like, hey, what's your favorite Jackson? What are your favorite Jackson's, you know, family song or whatever? It'll be Heartbreak Hotel. I love that song.
It's just scaring me. Don't be scared from me. Heartbreak Hotel. Heartbreak Hotel. So let's get Heartbreak Hotel.
And then I like Can You Feel It? It's a good song too. I don't want to go into more depth about like their story because they've told their story like so many times, so you guys know. Okay, so I got into liking the Jacksons, I want to say it was in high school, because I was into I was into Michael Jackson, so that led to me liking the Jacksons. So so I was in high school when I got into the Jacksons and stuff. I'm still trying to find that vinyl that has Heartbreak Hotel on it, but it's hard to get it. I don't know why, but it's hard to get that album. I have one of their albums. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the Jacksons album that I do have. It's really old. Well, all of their albums are old, but like this one's prehistoric because it came out in 1976. Came out in 1976. So this is them. And then let me open it. And then it's just a standard vinyl. That's why I wish they had like done more with the vinyls, because they were using vinyls back then like all the time. They didn't have CDs. Why didn't no one think to make this like look cooler, you know, like how Harry Styles did with his Fine Line album? How come no one thought of that? I don't get it. Like, if you guys know a vinyl that they had back in like the 80s and 70s and stuff that was designed like how Harry Styles was like, you know, that looked cool, like, comment down below and I'll check it out. But so far, every time I'm buying like older albums and stuff, it always come out like this, just a standard black vinyl. Maybe they just didn't have the technology to do that yet, I don't know. But so this isn't a boy band, but I wanted to talk about it because I really loved this band when I was a kid. But they're not a boy band. Majority of them is a boy band, but there's a girl in it. So I wanted to talk about R5. So I was really into R5 when I was like 9 years old when they came out with Loud. I remember when I was a kid, I had so many posters of that man. Well, he was a kid at that time, but I had so many posters of him. I had posters, there were some of just him, and then there was posters of R5. They were everywhere. They were all on my wall, on my closet door, behind me, like everywhere, anywhere. Like, I was starting to lose space because I had so many posters of this guy. Because I would go to the store. Oh my gosh, I remember that when I was in middle school and like elementary or something, like my mom, she'll take me to Winco. I'm probably not able to say the brand of the store, but she will take me to the grocery store and there will be those teen magazines, and he will always have a poster inside the teen magazine, and I would be like, ooh, like, let me take it. R5, Ross Lynch, let's go. And I'll take that. And then when I was a kid, I will always post him. I wouldn't post myself on Facebook. I posted him on Facebook. Like, I would always post pictures of him on Ross Lynch. I was a cringy kid, like, and then my family would be like, who is this kid? And I'm like, it's Ross Lynch from Austin Alley. And they would like try to watch him and stuff and try to understand why I liked him. Like, he could sing, he could dance. Like, I liked his band. I liked his brothers and like his sister and the band and stuff and the music that they'll come out. I just liked them, you know. And I went through my phase, and that's what I did in my phase. Golly. But yeah, like, I was obsessed with that guy. Like, whoa. But when I got older, of course, I remember there was just this one day where I was just like, oh, I don't really like them anymore. So I just got up one day and just took all the posters down. And then my parents was probably like, oh, well, that's the end of a phase. Like, they didn't question why I was doing it, or you know what I was doing with the posters, and they didn't question it. They were just like, oh well, she's just done with her phase, and that's it, you know. But deep down inside, I really believe they're like, yes, she's finally done. Because I will always talk about Ross Lynch all the time, and they will always get tired of me talking about Ross Lynch. But yeah, one day I was just like, I'm done with this phase, so I just took down all the posters and was done, you know. And that's usually how it goes with girls, teenage girls and stuff. And they'll be into someone, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm done, just take it down. You know. But you'll always have, but that person, that artist will always have a special place in your heart, because that was literally your childhood. Like recently, maybe that's what I should do a commentary on next. I was watching Austin Alley, and I've already had seen as a kid the first, second, and third season, but I didn't watch the fourth season because I wasn't into Ross Lynch anymore. That was when I was getting into YouTube and watching the Dolan twins. That's another phase. That's another video, okay? But yeah, so that was just it, you know. I didn't watch it, but recently I decided to rewatch all those episodes again, and I was like, oh my gosh, my childhood. And then I finally finished the entire Austin Alley series. I finished season 4, and I remember I heard at school during that time, after I got through with R5 and them and started getting into NSYNC, they told me, oh, like the show Austin Alley had ended. I was like, oh really? Well, how did it end? Like, what happened? And they said, oh, they all got married and had kids. I was like, what? But I was able to see it, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, it was a cute little ending. I liked it.
Excited about us getting back together? That our appearance on the Helen Show actually got 1 billion hits.
After that, we went on tour together, and when we were in Paris, your father asked me to marry him.
Guess who made it to Miami?
Hey, go give a hug to your Aunt Trish and Uncle Des. Aunt Trish! Where's Jerry?
He went away to college. Didn't we tell you?
College? But he's 6.
Yeah. Our son is officially the world's smartest kid.
Trish and I have the best kid, and Princess Magnolia Rose has the Little Miss Preschool America pageant trophy to prove it.
Guess who won Little Miss Preschool?
I might do a commentary on one of the episodes, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is gonna be the end. That was all the boy bands that I wanted to talk about today. If you stuck around, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting me. If you want to follow my Instagram, there will be a link in the description. And also stay tuned for more videos, because I'm probably going to be doing a commentary soon. Maybe it's going to be Austin Alley. I don't know. But I know it's going to be a Disney Channel TV show. I just haven't decided which one. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.